continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neal as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord.
Jill Smith is trapped. Some weeks ago, she moved into the home of the Reverend and Mrs. Tom Winter to work for them and to help support herself and her baby. Last night, something happened in the Winter home. A small moment, a gesture, a look between two people. And now Jill knows she must do something about it.
Yes? I have an appointment with Dr. Rossi. I'm Jill Smith.
Hello, Jill.
Oh, Dr. Rossi, thanks for coming so soon.
It's all right. You can see to it we're not disturbed.
Fine.
Well,
It's kind of difficult to say to you.
try.
Okay. Reverend Winter stared at me last night. I was in the chapel, and I turned around, and there he was staring at me.
And then what?
Well, and then nothing. There didn't have to be any and then what. That was enough. You know what I mean?
Yes. And no.
Look, I'm not confused. I'm not imagining him. I'm not a little girl.
All right, come in.
Joe, pick up on line 4.
All right. Reverend Winter. Sit down. Reverend Winter looked at you.
Stared at me. Dr. Rossi, I know what it means when men stare at me.
Well, is that what you're accusing him of, staring at you?
You know what I mean.
Now, look, I've known Reverend Winter for a long time.
And?
And I find this, frankly, difficult to believe.
Well, believe me, please. This time I'm telling the truth.
Jill, I don't mean that you're lying. What I'm wondering is whether or not you might have misinterpreted what happened.
No.
Well, we should give it more than 1/10 of a second consideration. I mean, those things do happen, you know. We had here at the hospital a young nurse had a fine figure, really a great figure. And although she constantly denied it, she obviously had her uniform tailored severely so that it really fit.
I don't wear my clothes tight. I don't do anything like that, Dr. Rossi.
Well, I had to find out.
Okay. You found out.
Now, has anything happened before this, then?
Well, the other day when you were examining Kelly.
Yes?
Well, you see, we were talking to the girl who's going to have the baby, you know, the unmarried one?
Edith.
Mm-hmm. After we came out of the room, I was upset. I was crying. And the Reverend put his arms around me, and I know he was trying to comfort me, but... Well...
I'll have a talk with him. Well, that is what you wanted, isn't it? For me to talk to him?
Sure.
Sure?
Well, could you talk to him without...
Without what?
Without accusing him of anything. I don't want to hurt him or his wife.
Are you concerned about his marriage?
Of course I am.
Well, I'm not going to do anything that you don't want me to do.
Look, Dr. Rossi, I know I seem like I'm mixed up, but you're the only person I can talk to.
Well, I'm responsible for you living in the Winter home, and I introduced you to Tom, so... Maybe it's time for you to move.
No, I want to keep my baby. And if I move back to the boarding house, the Child Welfare Board won't let me. Please, Dr. Rossi. Please talk to him.
All right. I'll talk to him.
Yes, Dr. Rossi.
Nurse, yes. If you see Reverend Winter around the hospital today, would you ask him to stop by my office? I'd like to talk to him.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Oh, and listen, if you don't see him around today, make a note for me to call him and see if we can have lunch tomorrow.
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah. Now remind me of that.
Yes, sir.
Well, we made it. Yeah. Whew. You know, that's the longest drive I've ever took. Listen, I was flat on it all the way. Yeah. Tires to be started. Like I said, we made it, didn't we? Yeah. We'll find out. Hey, man, what's happening? What have you been doing, Dennis? Hey, where'd you guys start this? Just a little while ago. Hey, are you guys going to get any of those new 250s? You're looking at them. Hey, when are you going to put them up for sale? So we can get a price tag on them? Well, what are they going to go for? Here, Rod, show them that. Yeah, this will tell you. Hey, let me see that. Thanks. Listen, after we get them off and gassed up, why don't you come over this afternoon, take a ride, huh? Yeah. Hey, that's great. Hey, that's a deal. We'll see you later. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Rod? Hello, counselor. How are things in our legal life?
Well, I have your permits and the variances and remodeling. I thought you might like to take a look at them.
Well, are there any hang-ups?
Nope.
Anything to sign? File them. Oh, brother. Thank you.
You know, I was thinking, I talked to the bank about customer financing. They're pretty strict. Maybe I should line up something with a finance company. They're usually a little more lenient.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, it's a good idea, Steve.
Well, I'll see you.
Bye, Steve.
Ready? Got you working, I see.
Yes. You too, I see.
Yes. You're putting a lot of money into this.
I think it's a wise investment, don't you?
It's what's referred to as a growth business.
Yes, Rob told me. Norman, he's really matured since he and Rod went into business together, don't you think?
I've noticed that, too.
It's funny the way things happen.
Everybody changes, I guess.
Well, I'd better be going. They should be back soon.
They are. Look, Betty, you know, with the divorce rate being what it is today, it's quite normal and natural for the two of us to be seen talking together in public.
I didn't say it wasn't, Steve.
But you look so comfortable.
I am.
You don't have to be. Business is business.
Well, it was nice talking to you.
You know, my secretary finishes and I'll have some papers for Rod to sign tonight, and I'll need a signature before I file them in court.
If the two of you aren't doing anything tonight, I'll drop them by.
No.
No what? You're not going to be home tonight?
No, I don't want you to drop by tonight, Steve. I don't want you dropping by tonight or any other night.
I told you I have to file the papers the first thing in the morning.
Right. Well, you come to the garage the first thing in the morning, you get Rod's signature, and then you take the papers to court and file them. And if there's any problem at all, Stephen, you can blame it all on me.
It didn't take you long to lose your cool, did it?
The first known baton was a rolled-up hunk of paper called a solfa, or short stick. And it was first used by the conductor Lully in,
1687.
Yeah, 1687. Well, anyway, Lully used to conduct by beating along staff on the floor.
At one time, when he was conducting up a storm, he smashed his foot and died of the infection that ensued.
And Beethoven came along how many years later?
Let's see. Beethoven came along. Oh, that was mucho years later. Well, he was born in 1770.
Right.
Beautiful.
You haven't gotten Beethoven's birthday right in years.
Rejoice and have mercy.
Okay, party's over. How did Beethoven conduct?
Well, on the harpsichord, naturally.
How old was he when he conducted opera?
12.
What was his master's name?
Neath.
What's the definition of sound?
Vibration.
Okay. Who, in 1672, in what city, broke 25 glasses in 30 minutes by vocalizing and thereby proving that sound is vibration?
Well, the city was Kiev.
T.L. What was his name?
You know what? The next protest sign I make is going to read, down with teachers who ask who in 1672 in what city could shatter 25 glasses in 30 minutes by vocalizing.
I believe I remember that.
Look, your mother remembers.
Well, thank you, Jeff, for not saying even your mother remembers.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant.
Oh, it was.
What was the man's name?
So long they've been teaching the same dribble.
Jeff, that is a tactless thing to say.
I'm criticizing its decadent, degenerate educational system, Mrs. Russell. I didn't mean it to be personal.
Oh. Do you know the man's name or don't you?
No.
Yes. Mother.
No, let her play. Go.
I believe his name was Albrechtsberger. Albrechtsberger.
Mrs. Russell, everyone knows that Marilyn Albrechtsberger was a ballerina.
Johann Albrechtsberger was Beethoven's teacher. Are you sure? Of course.
I think you're wrong. Both of you.
Music appreciation was one of my favorite courses. Because in that class I sat next to Richard Harrison. I would have endured anything to sit next to Richard Harrison.
Mrs. Russell, do you know who could shatter 25 glasses in 30 minutes by just singing?
In 1672. I remember we all gathered at the local drugstore, and we all screamed our lungs out, trying to shatter one thin glass. And I remember Richard Harrison. And I remember how silly I thought it was to have to try to remember who could shatter 25 glasses in 30 minutes.
Mrs. Russell, let me shake the hand that stared at Richard Harrison.
My dear.
You're kind of on our side, aren't you?
She is, really.
Then you feel sorry for us, right?
Oh, the people I feel sorry for, Jeff, are your teachers. Hey, take it easy. Probably the wrong number. Hello?
Hello, baby. Can you guess who is calling? This is the man in your life.
Mary,
I still am?
there's no one else.
Then let's get together, baby.
This afternoon?
Yeah, around 2, or is it 2-ish? Like, how would you like a stroll on the beach, baby?
Sounds divine.
A loaf of bread, a jug of wine, and you.
And thou?
And thou.
Dad,
How are you, honey?
how are you?
Looking forward to seeing my little girl.
I'm looking forward to seeing my father. At 2 o'clock.
Zap.
Zap.